the law of assumption and how it can be used positively. Hi, welcome to Illuminate Your Life. I'm Julie Deanne. I have been studying and learning about these universal laws, and one in particular that I'd like to share today is called the law of assumption. Now, we all know what they say about the word assume, but in this instance, it's actually used in a good way, and the real reason for it, as we all know, you should never assume, right? But the thing is, what beliefs are you assuming? Have you ever thought to ask yourself, what am I assuming about life? Recently, I went on a trip with my daughter. It was a long trip. And prior to the trip, this is a golden nugget for you, I set an intention. We should always do this prior to doing anything. But my intention was simply that we would have a fun, free-flowing, smooth trip. Everything would go well. It would be magical. We would connect. We would have fun, right? But in particular, I especially noted that our travel time, both to and from where we were going, it would be smooth and flowing, and we would arrive, safely and with very little traffic and no issues, right? That was the assumption that I was planting in my consciousness, that I was emanating out. That's my expectation, right? I kind of prefer the word expectation, but you could say assumption, law of assumption, your expectations, right? So I'm expecting an easy, smooth, fun vacation. And I can confidently and proudly say, yes, it was an easy, smooth, fun vacation. It took us, over, I think almost 8 hours to get to the first destination. Then there was a transit piece where we had to travel for like another 12 hours, which was broken up. And then there was another, 11 and a half hours to get home. Every single one of those treks were flowing. And that is really surprising, especially since I'm on the East Coast and, going from the northern east down into the south and then back again. And typically in the past, when I didn't really set that specific intention, I would always run into traffic and there would always be accidents. And the funny thing is, we saw people pulled over the whole way, the whole trip. There were policemen who had pulled people over. There were accidents, but it didn't affect our commute. It didn't affect our travel. I send them blessings and all of that, but our actual commute was flowing and smooth. There were a few times when we slowed down, but I can think of only one time when we almost came to a full stop, but not really. And it seemed to just dissolve almost instantaneously. And so we were flowing and it was fun. And then there was this one incident where we were on the highway and there was a state trooper up ahead of me. And as I realized I was getting closer, someone else had come up, and I don't know if they realized the state trooper wasn't there. They were getting close, going a little too fast. And because the state trooper started slowing down and actually turned on their lights, I slowed down, put on my blinker, got over, but the other car also started braking like really hard almost immediately. It caused me to fishtail almost. It almost caused an accident, but I was able to correct the car, get back over, and then by that point, the state trooper had pulled off on the shoulder. I moved, steadily forward, safely out of way, and the state trooper pulled over that other vehicle that had been speeding. But all of that, it happened in a split second, and it still went smoothly for us. And that is the power of the law of assumption, the expectations, and also setting an intention. So ask yourself, what are your assumptions? What are you assuming about certain things? And play with this. You could set an intention. You could change your assumption, right? I used to have this belief that going into crowds, a belief, an assumption, again, that it could be dangerous, right? And I decided to change that. Why should I fear that? Especially if I'm going a place, I'm intentionally going to be in a group to do something fun. Why should I have a belief that that could be scary or dangerous? So I changed that belief and I assumed everything is going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. It's all going to go well. And what you assume becomes real for you. Drop us a comment and let us know, what assumptions are you deciding to change? And what intentions are you setting to create your life? Be luminous.